Hi, I'm Claire and I'm here to help you get better at ballet. Lovely to see you, and I'm hoping that today I can help dispel any misgivings you may be having about getting into ballet or getting back into ballet. You may have loved your ballet classes as a child and for whatever reason ended up giving up. You might have given up when you were 9 years old and gone, I'm not going to dance anymore. And that was it, game over, no more dancing for you. Or you might have danced all through your childhood and got to uni and suddenly realised no time for ballet and no ballet classes for 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds anymore. So just nothing available for you. So I thought I would do a little series of videos to help people get back into ballet. Loads of us did ballet as a child and most of us enjoyed it. There were some, I do realise that some ballet classes maybe weren't as leisurely as you would have liked, or maybe some of the old school teaching styles were not as kind as we would have liked. Thankfully, teaching styles have changed drastically, and it's not about beating the ballet into you, it's about drawing out the everything that you have through encouragement and kindness and nurturing and growing our dancers, rather than the brutal training that many of people may have experienced back in their 70s, 80s and before that. Anyway, that's a whole other episode to have. So back to ballet. So you may have some things that are getting in the way. That's probably why you haven't gone to an adult ballet class near you. I totally get it. It is tough. You don't want to go strolling into a ballet class and feel silly, basically. You don't want to go back thinking, oh, I used to be able to do this, and realize you can't do it anymore. So I would like to help ease you back into your ballet classes. So because we did enjoy them, because it is lovely, the feeling of moving with the music and letting your inner expression out through movement is just so releasing and helpful and such a lovely experience. Even if you're a beginner, this could help you as well, because maybe you don't know any of this. And this series of videos will actually help you. And I am actually, a little sneaky preview, I am actually going to be doing a live workshop to help people back into ballet, or help people into ballet who've never done it before. I know it's tough. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been 5 years. Yeah, actually, that's not very long. Really isn't very long. I've had dancers come to me who've not danced for 30 years. That's quite a while, but you can still tell that they did some ballet training. You can still tell that the foundations are there, because your body has this magical thing called muscle memory. And any sports person will tell you that if you practice it the right way, the correct way, with the right movement every time, that doesn't go. You may lose your strength, you may lose some of the finesse, but you do not lose the neurological connection between your brain and your body that tells the respective muscles what to do. Okay, so you may have forgotten what a plie is. That's when you bend your knees, by the way. You may have forgotten the word plie, but when you see someone do it, you think, oh, I remember doing them. And when or your teacher reminds you of what muscles to think about working as you do it, your body's already connecting, making those connections and switching those muscles on. And you'll be amazed at how much your body remembers. So don't worry too much if you think it's been too long. It hasn't. It really, really hasn't. You may have forgotten the terminology, like plie, tendu. Doesn't matter. Yeah, in fact, between different systems, they have different words anyway. I did RAD, I did Cicchetti, and I also did Russian ballet. So having spent my whole childhood learning RAD, I went to college and suddenly was confronted with totally different terminology. Like a glissé was no longer a glissé, it was a dégagé. And so yeah, a dégagé was not a dégagé, which is the same as a tendu in RAD. A dégagé is off the floor. A relevé en fifth was no longer a relevé en fifth, it was a sous-sous. So every different system will have a different terminology and slightly different expressions, different names for the arm. So seriously, don't worry about the terminology and the fact that you've forgotten which word represents which movement, because most teachers, I don't think I know any teachers who literally just stand there, not with an adult ballet class, and tell you the steps and expect you to know them. Yeah, most teachers will demonstrate, will show you the exercise. And in fact, for adult ballet, most ballet teachers will actually do it with you, or at least have someone kind of competent doing it at the front so that everyone can copy. Because at the end of the day, that's another thing that happens as you get older, as you get more mature. When we're young and like in our teens, our brains are like sponges and they absorb everything and we remember everything instantly. Once we go past 30, 40, 50 or more, our brain's already full. So we don't find it so easy to absorb and retain information. So most teachers for adult classes will do it with you. So you've got someone to kind of not necessarily copy or follow, but to someone to reassure you that you're on the right track. So seriously, don't worry about the terminology, the fact that you might have forgotten the words. That's really not an issue. As I said again, your muscle memory will also remember the how of what needs doing. You might not be as strong. Okay, and this is a serious one, and it can be a bit disappointing because you think, oh my gosh, I used to be able to have my leg up here, or it might even be there. It doesn't matter. You might think, oh my gosh, I used to be able to do double pirouettes. It really doesn't matter. Yes, start small, pace yourself, ease yourself into it, and you'll gradually find you'll be able to get your leg a little bit higher. You'll be able to hold that turnout in your legs. Your body will remember what it needs to do, but sometimes your muscles might not have the strength that they had before. So you might find yourself a bit achy afterwards, yeah, because you've spent the whole class working on the back of your legs using those turnout muscles. And they're probably thinking, oh my goodness, I haven't done this for a few years. So that's inevitable. You will feel that you're not as strong. You're not as strong at holding your turnout. You're not as strong as at lifting your leg up. Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't allow the disappointment of not being able to dance how you were dancing before to distract you from the fact that you're back in ballet and you're listening to the music and you're really enjoying the movement. That is the important bit. And you'll be shocked at how quickly some of that strength comes back, and the mobility as well. You might not be able to get back into the splits or however bendy you were when you were a teenager, but you will get more mobility, you will get stretchier, because just the natural way of doing a ballet class will actually facilitate that. And then you'll find yourself go, oh, I feel quite stretchy, and feel, you'll feel good about yourself, because it's really good for you to be supple and mobile and active. And when you're combining active movements with emotion and memory, it's like a melting pot of happiness. Okay. Another one to think about is that your body may have changed. Yeah, everyone's body changes as we get older. Yeah, you might not have the same sort of ability to jump that you had when you were younger, that springiness of muscle and rebound that we had when we were like, 15, and we could bounce forever. It's not a given, but it can happen as we get older. Certainly once you go past 40, and I'm not saying that this class is for everyone only over 40, but as you do get older, or as you stop dancing, the elasticity in your muscles will slightly decrease, but also muscle mass decreases as we get older, or if you become sedentary. So it could be that you haven't done anything physical since you last danced. That happens. Real life gets in the way. You have uni, you get a job, you're busy, you have children, and then, oh my goodness, what happened? So you will find that your body has changed. And the beauty of adult ballet classes is that you can wear what's comfortable for you. You do not have to go back to the leotard and ballet tights that you had before. You can if you want, and you can wear a little skirt if you want now, because you're an adult, you're a grown up, you can wear what you like. Okay, I tend to wear black leggings in ballet, and a lot of my dancers wear black leggings as well. With a t-shirt, I wear a little skirt. You don't have to wear a skirt. It is entirely up to you what you wear. You wear what feels comfortable to you. As long as you're feeling comfortable and able to move freely, then that is the most important thing. So seriously, please don't worry about what you look like, how you feel, whether you can do the movements. It's all relative, and it will all come back gradually. Okay, so those are my reassurances, that those hurdles that we put mentally in our way, that we kind of go, I can't do that because of this, I can't do that because of that. Those are the hurdles that we will put in our way, and those are my tips for helping you get over those hurdles. Okay. Of course, there's the actual class, and that's what I want to address when I actually come to the Back to Ballet challenge, is just reminding you of the things like how to sound, things like engaging your core, think of zipping that core so that you've got that foundation that gives you that base. Then your upper body can be nice and relaxed and you can feel comfortable and make it look easy. Because at the end of the day, whatever we're doing, no matter how hard we find it, the aim of certainly ballet is to make it really easy, that we're defying the laws of gravity, that we're, lifting our leg up, we're jumping, we're stretching our leg. And it's like, yeah, this is easy for me. And it's really not for anyone. Yeah, if you watch a video of the Royal Ballet Company, certainly I love World Ballet Day when you get to watch them in company class. And if you watch them, they may have their leg up here and you might be thinking, oh my goodness, they are so amazing. Absolutely, 100% amazing. But if you look, they are working their socks off to get there. They are sweating buckets, and it's really not easy for them. It's not easy for anyone. So don't let videos like that put you off. You know it was hard work, and the fun of it is trying to make it look easy. So, and that's part of the enjoyment of it, that feeling of like moving with the music. Even if you're doing quite a simple movement, really put that joy into it and you'll find the whole joy come flooding back. So my tips for you when you're coming back to ballet, or if you're starting a ballet class, is start basic. Yeah, you might find, oh my God, this is so basic. It's too much for me, but better that way around than leaping straight into a class that's way beyond what you're capable of. I did that. I'll hold my hand up. I had been in Charm working as a dive guide after I stopped professional dancing. I've been working as a dive guide for 8 years in Charm, and I think I did maybe 10 dance classes, 10 jazz classes or something like that, maybe a few more jazz classes whilst I was out there. That was it. I'd gone from literally dancing every day to nada. I was doing a very active job, really physically strong and loving life, but I was not dancing. And when I came to do my teacher training course, when we were deciding to come back to the UK, I joined the Royal Academy of Dance to do their professional dancers teaching diploma. So before I went on the course, I thought, I probably should do a ballet class or two just to get back into the feel of it. So I toddled along to Danceworks, one of the best places to do ballet classes for professional dancers, not for people who haven't danced at all for 8 years. And I toddled into what was going to be my friend Denzel's class, Denzel Bailey, who I went to college with. And it was going to be his class, but he had someone else. It was his intermediate class, and he had someone else taking over. So I didn't presume to put myself in a professional class, thank God. And I toddled into this class, and oh my gosh, I was the one at the back who didn't know what I was doing. It was so advanced for me. It was really hard work. And I did go out to the teacher afterwards and explain myself, because I actually couldn't do the gondolegua. My legs were like jelly, and I was the one toddling about. Everyone else was going that way. I was going that way. My brain had gone, my legs had gone. I was quite shocked by how unfit I was and how mentally unfit I was. I was not in a good way. So anyway, yeah, I did go to the teacher and apologise for not having completed the class at the end, and explained that and actually realistically, I probably hadn't danced properly for about 15 years, because it was about 3 to 5 years in London that I wasn't really doing a lot of dance. Okay, so it was a while of not taking professional level classes. So I went to a beginner's class. The next day I thought, I'm not doing that again. I'll go to a beginner's class. Oh my gosh, what a different story. Yeah, okay, I'm not a beginner, but it just felt so nice to be in a class where I wasn't going to be challenged with complicated choreography. I could work at my own pace. And actually, realistically, this was at Pineapple, and it really wasn't a beginner's class. It's a beautiful class, but it wasn't beginners. But I really enjoyed it, because it's a class that I could work at my own pace. I didn't have to struggle just to remember the sequence. I wasn't being pushed beyond my limits, and the gondolegua was at a level that I could cope with. But so it just goes to show, if you sort of pace yourself, go to the class, go to a lower level class to start with. Much better to try a lower level class and think, oh no, I need to ramp it up a bit, than the other way around and get put off and potentially give up and not do it again and think, oh no, game over, I'm done. Yeah, so you know your limits. Start small, and you can always ramp up to a higher class, and then the world's your oyster. You can carry on and keep going and go higher and higher and higher. Our bodies are amazing. We can rebuild muscle, we can rebuild mobility, we can re-stretch our muscles and get our muscles more elastic. We may not be able to get quite back to the standard that we were when we were younger, or maybe we weren't at a particularly high standard when we were younger. That's fine as well, but you can always move forwards. There's always progression to do, and it's a really fun thing to do. And it would be so sad if you didn't get back into it, or didn't get into it in the first place, simply because you had all these little voices in the back of your head telling you, oh, but no, you're too old for that, or oh, it's been too long, or oh no, you can't get your leg up round your ear anymore. We don't do that in ballet class. Yes, if there is someone who can get their leg up round their ear, they can do that, yes, but not everyone can do that. I must admit, I don't put my leg on the bar to stretch anymore, because actually it's not very good for your Achilles tendon. So you don't have to get your leg up on the bar. I've literally had people say to me, oh, I can't get my leg up on the bar, do I have to do that? No, no one does that in my class, unless they choose to. Yeah, if they want to get their leg up on the bar, fine, that's their form of stretching. But I never have that expectation of anybody. And in fact, in my classes, and I'm not saying everyone does it, but in my classes, everything is optional. So if I'm doing a grand plie, for example, you do not have to do a grand plie. Why? If your knees are a bit creaky and you're not ready for grand plie yet, or today's not your day for doing grand plies, why should you have to do a grand plie? You know your body, so you can push your body to challenge it, but don't ever feel that you have to push your body to injure yourself in order to keep up with the class. Okay, so in my classes, for sure, grand plies are optional. If you're doing a fondue, you can do it à terre, which means on the ground, or you can do it en l'air, which means off the ground. You could do it to a rise if you want to really challenge yourself. There are always ways you can ramp a class up or ramp it down. Same with jumps. Again, in my class, jumps are always optional. I will 9 times out of 10 remember to give a non-jumpy version of the exercise, but all my dancers who join me live all know that if they're not wanting to jump today, they can do a different version of the jumps. Yeah, they can just do like bent plies and rises, or little bounces, just to kind of get the knees and the ankles moving. It's entirely up to you. So I hope that's helped reassure you. And if you want to join my Back to Ballet workshop, which I'm really excited about, if you want to join that, do drop me a line and I will send you details about that. And looking forward to welcoming you back again for more. If you like this video, please share it with your friends, or subscribe, and then you'll see more. Or please definitely comment below. Let me know how you're getting on. If you've just started ballet classes again, I'd love to know. Or if you want any tips, ask me questions and I can help you out. Looking forward to seeing you again. Take care. Bye-bye.